allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Yeah. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Or a second?
I'll second. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So Rhodey could not be here today, but he sent a claims report for you guys to review. Okay.
What's the happen with the Missoula Rural Fire District?
Is that where there was a truck, one of our deputy trucks backed into their truck? Was that from last year?
Ambulance ran into a wreck there, but that's nothing to do with the fire district.
Is that closed? Is that a closed claim?
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing that.
We can highlight it. He'll be here next week to talk about insurance renewals, so we can always follow up with him.
Yeah, I'll close it, but I was just curious. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Those are all old ones, right? Yeah, he's back a few pages up.
So any other discussion on the claims report? Okay, going on to Brody, he had his asbestos training today, so he could not make it. Inspections of the county building is scheduled. Mark, do you have anything?
Yeah, I can throw a couple things up. So, do you mind if I share my screen?
Go for it.
All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we're coming up on renewal on 7/1. Your new EMOD is going to be 1.03, which is, this means you're 3% worse than the average county doing the same thing that you guys do. 3%. I don't get wound up until an EMOD hits like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, somewhere in there. Then I get a little excited, but 1.03, man. So that number is based on this data right here, those 3 years. So this is the one that's driving it, this 2022 year with $89,000. So next year, a year from now, we're going to be looking at this year dropping out with 6 injuries and $7,000. We're going to pick up a 5 injury year with $100 on the books so far. So we got, 12 or 13 days left in the month. So if this comes to, if this stays like this, next year your EMOD will drop back down, somewhere below 1, probably a little bit below 1. Then we just got to write out this 89,000 and keep replacing it with years with minimal injuries or minimal. I guess the money is more important than the number of injuries. So speaking of the number of injuries, it went from 1 to 5, and the frequency, that doesn't bug me at all as a safety professional. We want to know about those. So, if there may be things that might not have been reported before, good. I like it. So that's all I have on the loss run, or the loss information. How is the near miss reporting going?
Well, I don't know if we've had any reports, and we were gonna discuss that today on how we can get employees to more of a buy-in on that.
Okay. So in a prior meeting a couple months ago, or maybe even longer, maybe 6 months ago, I don't remember, but I talked about the possibility of doing what we call a safety stand down, where we just take an hour or something, all the shops stop what they're doing and just focus on safety, whatever impacts that shop, that sort of thing. Has that been anything that's been discussed, or are you at all interested in doing something like that?
Really hard to hear.
Yeah, you're hard to hear what you're saying, Mark.
Sounds like
Okay. Is this better? I'm not sure where my microphone is. I want it to be here, but I think it might be over here. So I'm going to assume that my microphone is right here. So a while back, I talked about something called a safety stand down. That's where the county would stop operations for an hour, 2 hours, maybe, probably depends on the department, and just focus on safety issues that are affecting the county and individual departments. Was that ever bounced around? Was that talked about at all?
I think the issue is getting the hour or two with everybody being able to take that time from their duties.
Well, you're working, you can't do crews spread all over the country.
Yeah.
You can't just take a couple hours for that. See how that does.
Okay, well, if you want to do a modified version of that, maybe it's not all on one day. I don't know what it looks like. I just think it's a good way to get across to employees the importance of safety when they see that, hey, we're stopping what we're doing here and we're talking about safety. That's just one more brick in the wall of working toward a better safety culture.
So, Mark, do you have something on that you can email me and we can review it?
Yeah. So OSHA does, or I guess OSHA doesn't do one every year. They support one, they promote one, they encourage one every year, and I think it's in June. So I will send you some links from OSHA, some ideas of how that can be done, and maybe some materials that you can use to do that. So yeah, I'll shoot that to you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Also Billy and I went to a state fund new hire class that Mark put on,
Last
on
week.
Thursday. It was very good. Learned a lot.
Spectacular, wasn't it?
Pardon?
I said it was spectacular, wasn't it?
It was.
And
It
I
was.
won the raffle.
And Billy won the raffle, so there you go. But no, it had lots of good information and they gave us booklets and so that was good. All right, anything else you have, Mark?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, can I ask?
Yeah.
I'm not getting it, he sounds like coming with my ears, he's underwater or something. What is he asking to have a mandatory?
Focus, safety stand down, it's a focus on safety. And there's a modified version that can be done and it's promoted by OSHA.
Okay,
So he's going to send me the links to review.
okay. Okay, all right.
Of course, we have the courthouse is vacant with the loss of Karen, so we'll need to be filling that position. Janine, do you have anything?
No.
And Val is not on?
No.
Paul?
No,
We do have the Montana Culture Safety Act and Billy has it on a PowerPoint to get it to department heads and employees. It's kind of big.
Yep, I'm gonna start passing it out to department heads and they can share it with their team and do a safety training sign off and I'll file it in the binder up there and.
so you're doing something like that. Just for example, that's the same as one of the safety stand downs he's talking about, you're still doing that stuff and it's still stopping for
Yeah,
a safety thing. Why couldn't that be counted as that?
it could be. Cause it
Two
is,
birds, one stone.
right, cause it is a law that we have to have everybody sign off on this. one,
Right.
So. Yeah. The drug and alcohol is going well.
Yep, so the drug and alcohol program and fleet safety program that you guys signed off on during the last safety meeting, they're all implemented, rolled out, going well, no concerns.
Near miss, do you guys have near miss? Does anybody ever fill them out? Does anybody even talk about that?
We just don't have any near misses. Very careful.
So you say, no, just kidding.
Yeah, them sign stuff then, is that what you're asking? Or-
Well, so I had gotten these things from Dan. This is from Montana Resource and ConocoPhillips. Some safety near miss type things. I mean, I don't know if it's something we could give people and, you know, I don't know. I mean, we're trying to make it better, but it just seems like we're butting our heads against the wall and,
For someone to grab it and fill it out,
yeah, I mean, are they under?
for someone to even think about,
Yeah.
oh, this was a near miss, and then picking this up and saying near miss. You get where I'm coming from?
Cause I'm honestly, there's something that we're doing every day that's a near miss in all of these departments. It's a given, we're all human, so, but we were discussing, you know, we have the gift cards and, stuff for giveaways, if somebody would even fill them out. One of the guys at the, thing on Friday, he said they gather all their near misses and at the end of the year, they draw out one and they give a $500 gift certificate at like the meat block.
We see that, no.
And it's just an incentive. So Dan filled one of these out at Montana Resource the other day. And he got a $50 bill in an envelope saying, thanks for bringing this to our attention. So those are the things, we're not trying to nitpick, we're just trying to make it better. And we just don't know, how else to make it that.
It'd only take a minute to fill them out.
Yeah.
Put it in a box. Ain't that big a
And we
deal.
can revamp these to the departments or whatever that needs to be done, but you can't tell me there's not something
Every day.
in all of our daily lives, that there's something that we cannot say, oh, we should probably fix this.
Well, that's just getting out of bed.
Well, there's your near miss every day.
Can fill it out.
But I mean, I just
No,
don't,
I agree with you. I
we're
think
just like, we're trying to make this a better working environment, we're trying to lower that EMOD. And we feel like we're just beating, I feel like there's just no buy-in on any of it. So, you think that would be something departments would do?
I think so.
well, it's worth a shot. I know till you try.
Okay,
Not that big a deal. Look down. See me.
yeah,
We have them sitting on the desk, I'm not saying that they're never gonna get filled out, but they can be sitting there on the desk, I mean, that's fine. And people can know they're there, if they wanna fill them out, they can fill them out.
well, they want $50 at the end of the quarter, I don't know, I would.
They could turn into $500 at the end of the quarter.
It could, you never know, you know,
Keep our mod down, we can.
absolutely, I mean,
That's what we're looking for. It's not that big a deal. They can look at them. They fill them out, they do it.
Oh, we sure have them sitting on the desk, no reason not to.
okay. Well, I'll adjust these a little more than what this is for. Okay. Any other discussions?
Can't think of one right now. You?
No. That being said, do we have a motion for adjournment?
No, I have a comment,
Oh, okay.
because I was scheduled for 9:25, Billy scheduled
Oh,
me
you were
public
just gonna-
comment.
You were gonna give public comment at the commissioners
At the
meeting. This is their
It's a safety
safety meeting.
Oh, thank you.
At least they got a lot to cover yet.
I'm
We'll just
sorry,
give
excuse
you-
me.
We're in the safety meeting right now, then,
Oh,
I'll
did you
call
want
for-
me to leave?
no, you can stay here. Okay, that's it, anybody,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Elena has comment.
Oh,
Elena?
Thank you. For the record, Elena Gagliano. It was kind of hard on Zoom trying to follow this. And did I miss the what was it? PowerPoint presentation by Billy?
No. It's,
Oh, that was given?
it was given at a safety meeting a couple of months ago with Brody. In fact, it was maybe in March. I don't know the date exactly, but it's a presentation that's going to be given to all the department heads and employees.
So the presentation isn't online, and any of the documents that you've discussed, those aren't uploaded either, or are they?
So the lost runs report, we can't upload because it has employee medical information in it. And then the actual PowerPoint presentation was actually done in a safety committee meeting, so I can find that recording. It's posted online and I can give that to you. And I think those were our only actual documents for the meeting safety portion.
The minutes from last meeting, you approved?
Yep, I will
Yes.
get those sent out to you too.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if no other public comment, I'll have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, please, thank you. So Granite County Safety Committee meeting is now adjourned. We will move into our regular session for Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. And the board minutes for June 11th, 2024. And the special session minutes for June 10th, 2024.
Board minutes, I saw Rice said that there was something wrong.
I fixed that. There was 2 typos in there. I fixed, one was around the minutes where there was a comment from me that I removed, and one was in the attendees, so. Those 2 I fixed this morning. My apologies.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Okay, so now we'll go into correspondence. And the first one is from Jake Munn, or Moon, and it is, this person is an online theory provider for the entry-level driver training, fully accredited. And he's saying that he is available if we need anybody to train for their CDL. I think we have that covered, right? Our training.
Where's he out of?
It's a different state.
Oh,
I
in the state.
can't
That's on
remember where, yeah.
online.
Mm.
Doesn't really say where he's from.
601.
What?
601. That's what I.
Oh, 601. What's 601?
I'll look it up here.
Ohio?
The next correspondence is from the town of Phillipsburg, providing water customers with the annual water quality report. And the next one is federal from in letter of map revision dated June 16th. You must have just got this today because it wasn't online. Okay. This is notified for proposed flood hazard determinations affecting the flood insurance rate map firm. So this is from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. And FEMA has received no valid requests for changes to the modified flood hazard information. Therefore, the modified flood hazard information for your community that became effective on June 7th, 2024 remains valid and revises the firm and FIS report that were in effect prior to that date. And this is a letter confirming that.
They're gonna want a resolution here soon adopting their new regulations, but
I talked to Linda.
okay,
She said she would get a hold of me when it's time. She's got it put in the paper and
okay.
And that's it for correspondence. Is there any public comment on correspondence?
Water quality report, have you read it?
Yeah.
Oh my,
Say that again.
oh my. There's only one answer. Is to maybe you guys can push the town towards wells because they have that 4 filtration systems they want to put up here. And by the time they spend that $7 or $8 million, they could drill wells, make cisterns, cover them, and pump it into the town water supply. And be done with that. Okay, that's it for that. Thank you.
That's what Ennis does. They supplement theirs with wells.
That's a
It's
good
definitely
idea.
fine.
Did you
Well,
present?
Missoula. When you drive into Missoula, you see that big tank on the hill. That's a well. When I was a kid, it was open and it supplied the whole north and west side with water. In the early 70s, they made them cover that, and Missoula's never had a problem since.
Good point. Any other comment on correspondence? Okay, so the next agenda item is public comment on matters within the commissioner's jurisdiction.
Okay, I'm Jacqueline Butler, and I, for the record, I have found out how unfair that dump system is. I'm gonna use Leslie Casey as an example. One old lady, one little sack of dollar-sized garbage sack a week. I talk her into cleaning out her garage, 720 pounds. She doesn't ever use up any of her dumps, the 2,000 pounds ever. And I've been talking to her for 4 years about the garage. I told her at the, this was gonna take effect. And now she had to pay $135 for another unit, only a one-time deal. I got it all. Except for a few bags here and there she can add to her,
Is she through Robinson?
whoever picks up the
Yeah.
garbage.
Grant disposal, yeah.
They have to put scales on the truck. There's no fair way because I have a pig that lives next door. I mean, there's literally so much trash on that deck. Old appliances, I'm waiting for it to fall in because it's got to. It's an old deck, Carol Blue Harding's rental.
So she pays for granite disposal to pick up her garbage plus.
So she can't take anything to the dump without paying for it. So I understand that part. But they said they'd take anything. But I wish you'd refund Leslie that $135 because there's no, if you look back on your records, which you can't because it's probably been since Ed died that her garbage got hauled. That, it's just so unfair. I just wanted to say that. I wish she'd make them put scales on those garbage trucks.
We've tried and they've come back with saying that they can't because there's this and that. We have it all on record. We have tried it. That's why we went to settle down.
One of the things too is Grant Disposal came up with that cooperative idea. It's one of the ways that, they're not forced to do the cooperative. They came up, there's other options for them to do. Yeah, they can put, there is the option under the policy for them to do scales. Yeah, it's the, so it's basically on Grant Disposal because they decided to choose that format and their customers have chose it. But I understand, I hear what you're saying.
So why didn't they haul it?
Oh, I hauled it to the dump.
Why didn't Granite Disposal haul it?
Because I couldn't believe they hauled 26 tires. And some of the big wooden objects and the metal, I had 4 honestly, had 4 truckloads.
So
why didn't they
they'll do
haul it?
their like the plastic container. That's what you're paying for, but beyond that, then people.
I thought he said he'd pick up like
Yeah, he was
anything.
There was old hardwood doors. How were they
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
fit that in the garden? I just couldn't see it personally. I'm sorry. And then it would have taken weeks to haul. And Jackie wanted to get it over with in one day, well, I had her going. These old women wanna quit midstream and it's hard to keep them going to finish the job. Very frustrating sometimes.
The only thing I'd say too is 135 for 2,000 pounds that's pretty reasonable. The county is going to try to get it down here because Grizzly is competing for the work, and so hopefully we can get that transportation cost down.
But if you look back, which I know you can't, at Leslie's record on the garbage, this was a one-time deal. She doesn't, the next time, she'll be dead and her boys will be cleaning that out. And I told her, dump the garbage service so they can haul it all to the dump.
That's
Cause that's how kids are.
That's what some people are
A
choosing
lot
to
of
do
people are
that, yeah.
doing that, just start to do their own, and then
Well,
they,
she
then they
does- she's
keep
an
the
old frail
2,000 pounds,
woman.
cause they don't
She-
understand, you know, when you give up.
Yeah, I'm cleaning out my dad's and we have a charge to buy a unit.
So like what you're saying, Jackie, is I understand what you're saying is in history from before the new policy, you wouldn't have seen, if she was getting granite disposal hauling it, you wouldn't have seen anything on her record because
They
granite
can't keep
disposal
track of it.
wasn't turning anything in, where.
But you understand the older people are paying for the younger people's all sorts of trash. And I haul our trash because it gives me something to do. And I don't wanna pay $19 a month for somebody else to have to haul my garbage, you know?
And then plus still pay the $135.
Right. So it's cost
why-
her about $500 and some this year
Yeah,
for the dump. Between the garbage man and the 2 dump fees. She's paying good taxes, they have 12 lots up there. And the house, so she's paying good tax money to the county already, I just wish she'd cut her a break one time, that's all. I just thought, and she's not the only old person in the fix, like Blaine said, his dad, one little tiny sack of garbage maybe.
is there
The-
anything that,
One, I guess another thought comes, that if down the line Grizzly buys out Granite, they have scales on their trucks, right?
Sure.
So, I'm not pushing for Grizzly, but I think that's the future, has gotta be scales, I
Right.
think.
Another thing about it, like you're saying, you know, give her a break, then the next person comes in, they want a break.
Yeah, all
then
the old
why-
people
Why
have
do
a
we even
break,
set
Scott.
up what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's,
Blanche is in the same spot.
yeah, I
One little
don't,
sack of garbage a week.
I don't have granite disposal on my.
Oh,
garbage.
you haul your
No, I
own,
do,
yeah.
yeah. I'm a
saying
single.
that's a good option, I mean, that's why we set it up.
Not
this way.
everybody can though.
I
Right,
know,
Leslie
no.
doesn't wanna get out there in her nice shoes and take her car, and I understand that, and I can't haul it for her because that goes on my dump sheet.
Yeah, point well taken. I think the county
Yeah.
should move towards getting scales and
yeah,
down.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening and good comment and input, and you
Thanks
guys
for helping
have a
her.
great day, okay?
Yeah, you too.
thank you, Jackie.
see you, Jackie, thanks.
Bye.
Is there any other public comment? Okay,
Jim Buckhead, local resident, Navy vet. I just want to make a comment about, I didn't know that the correspondence that I sent Billy was actually legal correspondence. I had no idea, or I'd have been here to try to clear all that up, but I did listen to the meeting minutes and I heard you ask if I was on. You just wondered what my point was, so I thought I'd come in today and share that with you if you're still interested.
okay, sure.
Well, just a little about me. I served on the Dwight D. Eisenhower nuclear aircraft carrier. Operated the nuclear propulsion systems. When I enlisted, I took an oath to protect my country, the American people, and to defend our freedoms, rights, and laws. When you take that oath, they don't ask you, do you want to defend his or Chuck's or Blanche's? They say you defend them all. So I took that pretty personally when I made that vow. I guess after watching that video, after Billy sent me the link, and I had a copy of a copy where I took a video of a screen. It wasn't real good, but I had looked at that with a number of the locals around here, just asking, am I off base here? Am I being too picky or trying to make a problem where there isn't one? And the majority of the people I've sent it to felt like, no, I can see your point. Like you agreed last week, if you look at it from the perspective of the camera, it looked like something was being done outside of the public observation. I guess I've got a little different perspective. I don't know your all's backgrounds. But I got my perspective on upholding laws and rights by flying over in C-130 with my best friend in a casket in front of me. So when I see someone give up their life to defend that, it kind of becomes personal to me that I should go the extra mile to do the same thing. I felt like that there was being something done that was not in the open light and in the spirit of our open meeting laws. So I brought it to your attention. I sent you an email personally afterwards. I don't know if you ever got it. Asking you if this is back in October.
Oh, in October, you sent me an
I
email?
sent you an email a couple of days afterwards, just saying, Commissioner, are you really look at this? Are you really expecting me to think that you were reading that piece of paper? So I never heard anything back.
And I apologize, I don't remember seeing it.
Okay, that's fine. So I looked into it a little bit. I'm ignorant of a lot of things. Being ignorant is, we're all ignorant some way or another. Ignorant just means you don't have all the knowledge that you need to have. So I looked into the open meeting laws, and it specifically says you can't text, you can't email, you can't pass notes, and you can't whisper comments during those are, it's not actually in the MCA or whatever the code is, but it is in the legal interpretation that you can find for yourself online if you're interested. So I would just ask that going forward, not wanting to be disruptive, I've sat in these meetings, you guys know I've been to more meetings than anybody else, except Elena maybe by Zoom, but I'm interested in how these meetings run. And I take it as a personal responsibility to try to keep things open. So it's not my intention to try to disrupt your meetings. I sit through a whole lot of these, as you well know, and I don't say a word, I just listen. And I'll continue to do that, and I'll continue to question anything that I feel like is out of line. We don't have to agree. I can respect someone's opinion without agreeing with one word they're saying. But I can respect the fact that they have that opinion. So I would ask that you would respect mine as well. As long as we do this in a civil manner, with calm voices, and we're all trying to get to the same end. See any reason why we can't do that. So that was my point. That's why I brought it up. Don't really have any intention of doing anything else with it. Whether a comment was made or not is really immaterial. So that's what I had to say.
Okay.
Thanks for your attention.
Go ahead, Blaine.
So I think he brought up a lot of good points there. The issue with the texting during meeting, that came up in a Missoula County or City Council meeting where they were texting each other about things, and the Montana Supreme Court said that's a basically having a closing off the session, so violated open meeting. Now if I'm sending it usually a text, it's to someone else out of this room or whatever, or not, but I don't know. I don't think he was bringing that up. I think he was meaning more just if you were trying to say something that was not open. We've had the lawsuit. I think I've moved past that, and I hope to get along with Mr. Paquet. I have been, I think. So that's from my perspective. So I think just going forward, just working together.
I'll make a comment. We're not required to be on video. Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but we're still not required to be on video. That was went through the legislature last session.
Yeah,
and we were exempted. Anybody under 5,000
you have agreed to Zoom, so with that said, then it should, Zoom should be open to the public since you have it, but I don't. I'm
Well,
not
I'm the
accusing,
only
I'm not
one-
accusing, yeah, I'm not
I'm the
accusing,
only one on Zoom.
but that's more,
My camera's on,
yeah,
which I,
that's, you guys agree, that's what you've agreed to, and that's, so, what would be an open meeting violation is to, yeah, a whisper or whatever would be an open meeting violation.
and there was a note pass that you asked on, and it was, he asked if I was cold because he'd opened the window. I remember that note.
So that wasn't,
That
it
was quite a while
wasn't,
ago.
that wouldn't be an open meeting violation, because it's not.
So that
to
would
the
be an open
substance-
meeting violation.
No, it would not, because that's not a,
Because but he
sub-
passed me a note.
it's
But
he's
they
talking
never
about,
showed it.
he's
Oh.
talking about substantive things, but it does give the appearance that it was,
But
so you
then
could,
we turned and
yeah,
showed it, just 'cause
yeah,
I figured
yeah.
this would come up.
yeah, so you. If you continually did that and it was about minor things, people are thinking, what's going on here, but you were open about that, so.
Well, and I did mention last week too, that, when I went over it and I was listening before and after, if there had been any public comment brought up before, because we were in the public comment and there hadn't been a public comment. And then it shows putting me in front of the screen.
So,
One other comment. My wife asked me not to bring this up. Sometimes I despair, and I'll probably pay for it, but there is such thing as forensic audio enhancement.
Can you speak up just a little bit?
There's such a thing that you can look into if you like. It's called forensic audio enhancement. That can take all the sounds down to a fly buzzing on the window and see who made the statement. So like I said, I'm not gonna bring anything else up about this. To me, I was just trying to make a point, trying to do what I felt like was my public duty.
Okay.
Thank you.
yeah, I think
Okay,
onward and upward.
okay, go ahead, Elena.
Oh, hold on, sorry. Why is it? Sorry. What is it? Something weird. It's not letting me do anything. I apologize. It's not letting me send any unmute requests.
How many people are on?
Or
Only 4 or
I
5.
wonder if you can like tell them you're getting out of Zoom and come back into it. Might have to close it.
It's just asking me to pin
Why?
people.
It's obviously Zoom glitching,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
closing it out and coming back in. And
that whole thing went black and come back.
Oh, it did?
one time I was on Zoom and it just muted the host, just automatically did without anyone doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
Zoom's got some glitches.
So what's
in it.
going on?
I can't send anybody an unmute request. I don't have any controls.
I'd get out of Zoom.
Okay.
to let them know you're getting out and that you're getting back in.
Okay, so everyone bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna get out and get back on.
Okay, we're gonna go down and come back up on Zoom, so if everybody wants, because we're having problems connecting with, so I know, Andy, we have you coming up next, so we're gonna just shut down and come back up if we can. Okay, okay.
All right, here we go.